If you found this message or you found this video, it's not for no reason. No one transmutes pain in the way that you guys do. It's an art, the way that you guys are able to transmute things that are very painful. And that has been your biggest lesson this last year. You keep triumphing over evil, and now you are eliminating every single gray area in your life. And you are showing people, I am going to be so crystal clear, you will never, ever mistake what I'm saying to you ever again. Or this could be the last time that some of these people see you or speak to you. You are going to be putting your foot down in a very different way. Being nice is irrelevant to you. You don't care if you come off nice. You are learning to increase your finances, increase your happiness. You're able to sniff out a lot of BS at this time. You feel like there is very theatrical changes going on around you. And that is because shortcuts are being removed. You feel like there's a very theatrical shift in your 9th house and your 4th house. And you're constantly having to look at certain painful aspects and memories of things that you've gone through, and how you're going to triumph over those, and how you're going to appreciate the lessons. There are a lot of people that wouldn't even bother. They wouldn't even bother looking at the gray area. They would just walk through life miserable and to continue to do the same thing, to play the victim. And that isn't you guys. You guys no longer resonate or even want to understand people that act this way, nor do you want to entertain or attract. You are learning to repel. And because you are learning to repel people that are like this, there's a lot of theatrical antics going on right now. You don't resonate with people that play the victim. People that do not transmute ugliness and sadness and things that are painful into a comeback. You are grateful to be repelling these people, but at the same time, some of them are still around you, and this is showing you there is a gray area in your 4th house, there is a gray area in your 9th house, and that is why these things are being uprooted. There's a certain narrative that you've been being passive with. A certain narrative with in-laws or with family members or a relationship. You are naturally a reader, a spiritual teacher. Wherever you thought you could promote yourself or that you would be promoted, you are seeing that you cannot rely on others because there are way too many people not happy for you. I've been telling you guys the last 2 weeks that a lot of the people that need to be cut off, the head of the snake needs to be removed. They are going to be telling on themselves over and over and over again. There is no shortcut to get rid of them. It is just taking off the head of the snake. These people have been set on your path to wreak havoc, to make things hard, to make you give up, or to make you feel abandoned by the Most High family. There are some family members, they are very competitive with you. And this is one of the snakes that you are going to be removing from your life. You maybe have been getting a nudge. If you came across this video, this message, you've been getting a nudge to deal with your family differently. Maybe you cut off some family members and now you're getting ready to cut off more. Maybe you've been considering letting some of them go or removing them from your life, and now you're really following through. Right now is about how you follow through and how you transmute the pain that these people have caused, because you are ready to move on. You are tired of this wound being reopened over and over and over again by certain people. Let's say you've been having issues with family and you've cut a bunch of them off except for like 2 people. The 2 people that you're still dealing with, if they are reopening the wound, giving information back and forth, whether you give them information or they give you information, you are seeing you don't want any type of exchange. So if they are not absolutely neutral, you are going to remove them. People that you consider family, you are seeing certain plot twist and betrayal. You guys could be seeing a lot of angel numbers right now, and you guys could be a Leo, sun, moon, or rising. Remove yourself from a toxic environment. We are being shown clearly where people despise us. We are being shown clearly wherever we thought we could maybe make amends, we're going to have to move on, cut them off, and forgive ourselves for the mistakes that we made in the process, or how we handled it, or the fact that we haven't been able to let it go. You have major spiritual growth on the way. And again, justice. God is coming through to vindicate and to balance the scales. As your table is being prepared in the presence of your enemies, they will not have access to you. And that is why you feel this theatrical, uprooted change in certain aspects of your life that you simply cannot ignore. God is going to be showing you as well, you didn't ever need your family's wings to fly. You didn't ever need this job's wings to fly. You didn't need this relationship's wings to fly. This is what you are having to come to terms with. Wherever you thought you needed a certain thing or person to be happy or to be successful, you are seeing that it's not the case, and you are redefining what that means to you. You've also been dealing with many people trying to point the fingers at you. Now, if you are in an environment where people are constantly blaming you and pointing fingers, but you are protected, and there's like this shield bouncing everything they send, then it might not be time for you to leave said place, but you are becoming more assertive. You will get a nudge and a feeling when you are being told to look for the exit. But you guys are definitely dealing with people in your work arena and your love relationships that constantly point the finger at you instead of taking accountability for ego-driven ways, shadow aspects. And you illuminate a lot of these things. You illuminate things that are not perfect, that are shady, that are the gray area. You naturally illuminate things that don't work. You are being shown that there are major signs already with you, and that you are truly ready to rewrite this narrative and to rewrite this story. You are being shown how to fly without the wings of others, without the support of others that maybe in the past you would have liked to have had. Maybe you would have liked to have had your job's support, your person's support, or your family's backing. And you are seeing you don't need any of that. There's no one around you that transmutes pain, does the shadow work. Like, do you think people like looking at their shadow? No, they like playing the victim and doing all types of, it's not my fault, I'll just point the finger at so-and-so. You have so much help on the way, and God wants you to know that the signs are already with you. You are getting better at self-expression for a reason. You are getting ready to really read people for everything that they have ever been to you. But with certain narcissistic people, reading them isn't going to really do anything unless you're walking away. I think the best way to deal with a narcissist or people that act like, the demonic entities in your life, if you guys are walking away from them and ignoring them, I think that's the best way to deal with them. But if you are constantly reading them to filth and then going back and having to be around them, it's only going to cause more turmoil, more backstabbing, more smearing, more pointing the fingers, and more opportunities for them to meddle in your work arena or your family or your household or your relationships. When you guys are dealing with these type of people, they don't let things go. So you could have read them to filth one day, and then they're plotting and scheming and trying to change everybody's opinion of you around you. And you guys are seeing that certain areas of your life are now a little bit murky or gray or cloudy and confusing. But again, there are certain signs that are already with you. You would read them to filth in the best possible way by walking away. Let me give you an example. I tried to repair a relationship with certain family members for years, and it just was pointless. I tried to, in the last year, before I went zero contact, I thought, I'm going to put everything on the table. I'm going to call them out. I'm going to tell them what I think about them. I'm going to tell them who they are, where they came from, and why they're a piece of crap. This only made them stew. This only made them create plot after plot after plot after plot. And I thought, well, I told them how I feel. And I read them. So it is what it is. And we'll see if we move on. Nothing got moved on. It got worse. So you guys are seeing where you could do this all day long and your ego would feel really good about it. Like, I told them where to go and how to get there. But the biggest plot and twist and turn, and the biggest way for you to rewrite the narrative, is giving them nothing at all. Giving them zero access. So after I saw there's roller coaster of a plot that had been created and all of the people that had been dragged into this plot along the way, I decided, with the nudge of the Most High, hey, after this certain time, you don't need them anymore. And I was like, what? What do you mean I don't need them anymore? I thought I was supposed to be mending and fixing them in my sobriety now. I thought I was supposed to be, making amends with all these people. And I was being told that you tried. You got everything off your chest that you needed to say, and they still weren't going to try. At the end of the day, these people weren't going to try. And we know very well with narcissistic people, they're not just out here changing. It's very hard for them to change. These are not people that you're going to resonate with, and they're only people that are going to stunt your growth. God is showing you there is no shortcut to having these type of people in your corner or in your life or in your work arena anymore. Unless what you are doing is protected, and you will know if that is you, because that is very specific. You guys could be in certain areas where you've dealt with these people and they've been immediately put in their place. So they could be still stewing and complaining in the corner, but it doesn't mean they're getting away with anything. Does that make sense? So they're stewing and they're mad, but their words are irrelevant. It doesn't mean anything, and they can't touch you. You will know if you are in a state of untouchable. But if everybody around you is dropping like flies and they're turning against you and they're easily turned and you don't feel safe, you don't feel guarded, you don't feel protected, the signs are already with you to walk away. Same thing in a relationship. If you guys are in a relationship and everything you try to tell this person, it just makes them stew. It doesn't help them change. It doesn't make them a better person. We all know with people that act like this, if they're going to change, they're going to change. And they will show you that they're trying. And other people will really not say anything. I've noticed with narcissistic people, when you really put them in their place, they don't really say much. You can get really loud and tone them down, but they will only back up. Do you know what I mean? They will only rise again. They have to think of their comeback, their get back, and their revenge. So it's in that where there is no resolution. This is how you can kind of know that who you're dealing with. If you feel confusion because of the love that you feel. So if this person that you are laying everything out for is saying, you know what, you're right. I'm so sorry that I treated you that way. I want to try. I want to do this different. I see what you're saying and I'm sorry. That is different. But if you guys are dealing with people and you're telling them what is going on and they have nothing to say, they're kind of like, you're most likely dealing with a narc. Because they, in their head, are yang you, or their body language says, yeah. They're thinking of what their next move is, but they're just not as smart as you. They're thinking of their next move, but they're not as smart as you. You are a demon slayer, a narcissistic slayer. You take out the chooches, the Decepticons, the choocholinis, you take out the piglets, the heathens, and everything in between. You are not meant to have a lover like this, a family like this, or a job like this. And when we are in these circumstances, but we are protected, we might have a purpose there, but it does not mean it's going to be a forever season. Not all of these characters that are around you are locked in for the next season. They're about to get canceled and blickety blocked. You guys are going through a powerful energy shift in regards to your beauty and your health as well. So even though the 4th and the 9th house are at the forefront of everything that you're really looking at and dealing with currently, that could be like the top priority. There's also this 10th house aspect that you're looking at, all relationships that are kind of on this little seesaw. You are also looking at your health and your beauty in a very different way because of the things that you've gone through in the last year. Your beauty and resilience, this natural way of you leading and caring for the world, is going to boost your earning power. Affirm it below. My earning power is always being boosted. My earning power is always being boosted. I'm always making this much a year. I'm always making thousands while I sleep, or millions while I sleep. You are really getting into your affirmations again, maybe even subliminals. You're retraining the subconscious. You've got your subconscious in like a boot camp. You're like, let's get it together, because we cannot let these negative thoughts take over. There could have been serious setbacks that you went through with your health or with beauty. And they were heavy lessons that could have really shook you up. And they could be, resurfacing over and over again because you're currently working through it. But you are also showing yourself, I am resilient. I've done this before. And yeah, maybe I haven't had a setback like this in a while, but I will overcome. I've overcome worse. Affirm it below. I have overcome worse. I am a spiritual teacher. I am a galactic beauty. I am an icon. I'm kind of a big deal. How do you like me now? Riddle me what? How do you like me now? You feel me? You guys have been feeling like this. Oh my gosh, why'd I go through that? What in the frick? I thought I learned that lesson already. I thought I already went through that before. Why? Why is this one so bad? Not all of it is being revealed to you with health and beauty. I'm getting that specifically because you are currently working through that. But in the upcoming weeks, and for some of you, the upcoming months, you are going to see why those 2 setbacks were absolutely necessary. You are learning about what you think is beautiful, your confidence, learning about your self-esteem, your health, your body, and how everything works and how you're in tune. So don't be too, down on yourself. I keep getting the angel number 1010. There were certain endings here that had to happen. I also feel like you guys are being given new wings. Whether you look at it as an angel or an airplane, you are healing from major heartache. You guys could have just watched my message, ripping off the Band-Aid, feeling like you've been hanging on by a Band-Aid, hanging on by a thread. You're so over it. Feeling drained and dusted and busted and just tired. You are beginning to find the magic in what you do again. Through resting, taking better care of yourself, putting yourself at the top of the list. Affirm it below. I am making myself a top priority. This is you guys. Yeah, she's been through it. But this is why you guys are an inspiration. Yeah, you've been through it, but this is what inspires others to get back up, to dust themselves off. This is what inspires other people to stand up, to be in their authenticity, to thrive or strive for that more, to use their voice, to set firm boundaries. Everything you do is the plot twist. It is what people aspire to be. And that's why you guys are constantly triumphing over evil, over backstabbers. This is what you're destined to do as a spiritual teacher, is to have all of this wisdom under your, or in your tool belt. You guys are also seeing where you were holding on way too tight to certain concepts, or holding on way too tight, way too tight to things that you don't really need. There's certain things that are being broken down like, you know what? I don't have to go that hard for that. I don't gotta get wound up like that for that. I need to tone it down. I need to calm it down. You definitely could be a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I'm getting that so strongly. Whether it's sidereal or tropical. We have ancient wisdom. I told you guys, confirmation. This is all a part of you having ancient wisdom. Whoever these people are that have been trying to sabotage you, that have been smearing your name, this is how they feel. And this is how you need to look at them. They think they know what they're doing. They think that what they're doing is important, but they're really not that bright. Okay, they're really not that bright. And this is why they're insecure. They're like, oh, I can't see. I'm a victim. I don't know what I'm doing. They don't see that there's a way out of their actions through apologizing or forgiveness or just putting down their sword. You guys are learning to feel sorry for these people, but while also protecting yourself. You're going through a major breakthrough with how you set boundaries. You're going through a major breakthrough in setting boundaries, putting your foot down, and how you speak your truth. You're ripping off the Band-Aid on how you deal with deception. Okay, I gotta rip the Band-Aid off. I need to walk away. I need to leave this job. I need to break up with this person. I need to block these people. I need to stop pretending that these people matter or that it's gonna get better. The signs are already with you. You came across this video or this message for confirmation. If you guys got to the end of this message, I want you guys to drop a teddy bear down below in the comments. Okay, if you made it to the end of this message, drop down a teddy bear, drop your favorite affirmations, the things you know you're about to get, the things you know you're about to receive. And you guys could also list 2 things that you are very grateful for whatever you're dealing with in this current week. I hope that this message finds you guys well. And I'm just so appreciative to all of you guys that support and encourage my content and my messages. Don't forget to smash the you know what. Hit the bell, duh. Oop, dirt bike. Confirmation. Smash the bell, duh. And I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, and an airplane too. Bye, guys.